Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Here we are again, another day in sunny Southern California. It's actually pretty nice out here. I wanted to show you guys some stuff. These are fashion sunglasses, and if you want to start a little swap meet business or eBay business, okay, I might have bought these for $1, maybe not that much, but see how cute they are. So I would sell these at a swap meet for $3 each or 2 for $5, because what happens is really sunny and hot and people see the sunglasses and say how much. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm going through the stuff trying to figure out how much I would sell things for. So I want to show you something. Costume jewelry can be profitable. So if you have 10 items, it's worth, $30. But if you have $3,000, that's when it gets profitable. So these are a couple, you guys have seen me wear these. I try to find white watches and matching sunglasses and sell them as sets. And this is just cute, like a little bracelet. $11, because I probably bought them for $1. And then I have a woman who puts a battery in and something like this. You guys have seen me wear this. It's a cute bracelet. Women buy this kind of stuff. And then I wanted to mention, okay, I bought these perfume bottles recently. They smell really good. And I bought them for $2. But if I was going to sell them, I would sell them for $3 each or 2 for $5. And they're really just pretty to have. So once you start getting a whole bunch of this stuff, and you start, setting up a little yard sale or thrift store, that's when it gets profitable. Okay, I have this book listed for $250 on eBay. And what this is a complete work of Sherlock Holmes. This is old, 1930. So a first edition would go for $2,000. Here's our author, Arthur Arthur Conan Doyle. This is him. I think he was really Watson. I think he was really a doctor, but this was published. I have to be careful. I already damaged it. It's 90 years old, 91 years old. So I priced it at $250. And the reason I did is because if you are a collector of books, Sherlock Holmes is considered literature. So you want classic literature in your, or if you're a vendor, I sell to vendors. Otherwise, I keep it for 9 more years. Once something is 100 years old, then it's an antique. So sometimes you can find that stuff for 10 cents. So even if you sold it for $27, I sold, what was that? How to Win Friends and Influence People for $27 or something. I probably bought it for $0.10. I don't find books really profitable, and they junk up the house. I'm purging stuff. I'm doing the feng shui as well, which is hard when you sell stuff. Okay, so when I was driving over here, I forgot my phone. I saw this guy going by with an antique car. And I thought, wow, it is such a bummer, because we used to have the best car shows. In fact, I did a couple videos, and in fact, we drove one of our cars. It was a Thunderbird in the car show. My son wanted to kill me. I am so glad I made him do it. It was my father-in-law's car. And all the men, with these expensive cars were laughing at my car because it was a wreck, really, but it was the only Thunderbird. That was a full size. It was supposed to be like a little sports car but anyway, and all the men were laughing at my car. And this young man came up to me and said, "Ma'am, I really like seeing your car, trying to make me feel better." I am the most insensitive person. I could care less. And I love seeing those men cracking up at my car. And it was burnt orange, yes. And so we had it a long time. And so one day my ex-husband got fed up with it, sold it. And I used to call it the family jewel, like it was a joke. And I said to my son, well, how much did you sell it for? And my son goes, well, we sold it for $500. I go, what? And I go, well, what did you do with the money? And he said, well, we went to the Red Lobster and took ourselves out for dinner. So the family jewel went cheap, but we had so many good times. And, you know, they would have food and stuff there too for everybody, you know, because there's restaurants. It's like old time downtown, you know. And I thought, wow, you know, what really has to be done is people have to be patient, you know, until this COVID is over. Many times I'd be in situations that would call for patience and I would ride it out. I would just wait for them to do something stupid and then get through it as best I could. And this is the same situation. We got to just ride it out. But the bigger picture, let me turn it out. The street people are, you know, there's street people all over the place. We're going to get into that. Okay, so now, the bigger picture, we're looking at the bigger picture is the economic picture. Okay, the recession and the problems. I mean, like, I am surrounded right now by homeless people, and there's just nothing we can, a lot of people with money are saying, I ain't gonna live around this and leave in California. And it's not cheap here. The bigger picture is the economic problems that are being caused right now. That's why I'm doing these cheap meals, being cheap day after day. When this plays out, it's going to be 10 years. It's not going to be 2 years. We would be lucky if it was 2 years. It's not. There's a massive amount of homeless people all over the country in distress, no money and God knows what else, no. So what we have to do is we have to say, okay, things are looking dismal. Like when I look around myself, oh, this is not looking good, you know? But I am going to do everything I can to get out of this as best I can. And to make sure this plays out for me in the best possible way. There's a guy over here jumping around, you know, he's pissed off about something. I have found mainly it's best to try to just tune him out. So, we're going to say to ourselves, okay, the bigger issue is economic. I'm going to do everything I can to protect myself. Okay, if I'm losing ground, I'm going to go to the food banks. I'm going to secure somewhere to live. I'm going to hang on to every bit of money I have. People could purge, this was the point, and I almost forgot to make it. People are going to vacate the premises of places, and they're going to leave their stuff. And the stuff has value. You might be able to find this stuff curbside. So these glasses are like $3. It's easier than cans, you guys. And so we're going to be saying, I do not expect this problem to pass. I expect that we're going to be living this. And then that goes back to the patience thing. We have to have patience. It's distracting. The guy's running back and forth. He's fighting with everyone. It's bad, you guys. So we don't want to end up like that. It would help if they didn't do drugs. Okay, now, not all these people out here are drug addicts. Some of them are just displaced. Now, I want to talk to you about one more thing. Okay, I was working in shops, beauty shops, all different kinds of shops. And, I worked from the best to the worst, and from the most weird shops. And I'd be working in shops, and they would be doing voodoo on me, which I thought was rude. So now, because of my years of experiences around voodoo and witchcraft, I know immediately when people are doing voodoo and witchcraft, especially voodoo. The ones that I work for, now this was rude. They gave me a trim, they got my hair, and they put on some kind of little doll, and they were doing voodoo. I knew it. So the problem with the witchcraft and the voodoo, and I did a video on this, is that there's God's judgments that are coming. And we're going to see these judgments coming, and they're very unpleasant. Very unpleasant. I'd be working in shops, and one of the things that they would do when they were up to no good is they would turn the music or the TV up so it was deafening. And I would say, oh no, what are they up to? A lot of times, it was like receiving stolen goods and stuff. And so I want to mention one more thing. Okay, when you are pursuing, like, let's say, occultism, and there are spiritual entities, say a snake, and these snakes supposedly help you out, supposedly. But the problem is, one time I was working in this shop, and I'm pretty sure it was a cartel shop, and so when I would discover this, of course, it was time to leave. But at night, I had a dream, and it was of a giant snake, bigger than the whole shop. It was a rectangular, and it came through the front door and went all the way through the shop. So the more you do this, your little snake may be going right back in your supposed burlap bag. They get bigger and stronger and worse. It's not going to be okay. You want to abandon voodoo, witchcraft, occultism, black arts, all this stuff. I mean, people know it's... I was working in the self-help groups, and they started coming in more with these issues. They don't really want to leave it. But I heard witchcraft is more painful withdrawal than drugs and alcohol. So that's pretty bad. Eventually, it results in some kind of death. Eventually. It's really bad. Also, tragic and absurd things happen. I told you about the one. And so, I knew she was a cultist, but we didn't really get into that. We just really did like stuff she had done, and I said, well, now totally bypassing the occultism. I've been around enough of it. It's not a good idea. So anyway, eventually she ended up walking head on into traffic, and she wasn't killed, which was like a miracle. And it's never good. It always takes you to jail or, something awful. And so I just want to encourage all my followers, if you think you are benefiting from any kind of witchcraft, just try to stop it. You will not easily be able to. Some people say they have to be delivered, but what it is like, let's take the example of the small snake that can easily be contained in a paper bag, becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. When you stop feeding it, it's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's any wrongdoing. And then there is that issue of balance, the balances. So if you're bad, you're going to get some bad results. If you're good, you're going to get some good results. That only makes sense, right? And then if you're very careful with your money now, It's going to protect your future. And if the problems are really, really severe, go to the food bank now, apply for Section 8 now, go to the welfare department now, go to the pantries now, figure out how you can secure warm shelter. It's very, very dangerous. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just telling you, the Bible says, and this is true, as the night follows the day, you will reap what you sow. That's just the way it is, like it or not. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.